Now, circular motion, lesson 4. In previous lessons, we learned about centripetal acceleration or radial acceleration. Radial acceleration, the expression was v square by r. It was arising due to the fact that the direction of the velocity was changing when the body was going in a circular path. Due to change of magnitude, there was tangential acceleration. Due to change of direction, there was radial acceleration or centripetal acceleration, which was v square by r and r. Now let r is equal to radius of a circular path. Let radius of this circular path is r from here to here. A particle is moving along this circular path with a non-uniform speed. That is, its speed is changing with time. And we have derived in previous lessons radial acceleration is v square by r. Now, since the speed is changing, so there will be another acceleration called the tangential acceleration. So the tangential acceleration, symbolically written as a of t, is equal to how the velocity is changing with respect to time, derivative of v with respect to time. So this will be, we know v is equal to r omega from previous lessons. So instead of v, I write r omega. Since r is a constant, is taken out, d omega by dt. And d omega, how the angular velocity is changing with respect to time, that was your angular acceleration alpha. So your tangential acceleration is r alpha. So your tangential acceleration is r alpha. Now look, to this side is your radial acceleration, the tangential acceleration is to this side, so the angle between them is 90. So the resultant of this vector and this vector, according to parallelogram law, will be to this side. So this a will be square of this plus square of this and square root of that. Therefore the resultant acceleration is a is equal to ar square, at square, square root of that, which comes out to be a square of this plus square of this, square root of that. Now we'll move on to vertical circular motion. Now vertical circular motion. Vertical circular motion, this is also a non-uniform circular motion, because as the body is moving in a vertical circle, as it is going from bottom to top, its speed decreases, means it changes. Let O is equal to center of a circular path. From O to A is the radius, and in fact from O to A is a string. This is a string, length of the string you are holding from here. A mass is attached here, m, and you give a certain velocity u at the lowest point, so that it is able to move in a vertical circle. Suppose this velocity is sufficient enough to make it move in a vertical circle. We will calculate this u. Let m is equal to mass of the body moving in this vertical circular path. Let u its velocity at a, this is the m, and v its velocity at point p. P is a point on the path of the circle. I consider a point P. Let the velocity v is here. Now this v will be less than u because acceleration due to gravity is this way. So this u will gradually decrease. Now since moving against gravity, the value of this, magnitude of this, will be less than magnitude of u. Magnitude of v will be less than magnitude of u. Then join this point with O. Let this angle is equal to theta. That is AOP is equal to theta. At this point, earth is pulling the body down. So mg is the weight. So mg is equal to weight of the body. Now let us split mg into components. So if this angle is theta, this line is parallel to this line is transversal. So if this angle is theta, therefore this angle is also theta. Therefore this much will be the component of mg, that is mg cos theta. Therefore, mg cos theta, which is a component of mg, acts against the tension T in the string at point P. Then why you would ask why I have not taken mg sine theta? Look, mg is this way, and this angle is theta. So this much will be mg cos theta, and this will be mg sin theta. I don't require it here, so I have not drawn it, but it is there. So let's now draw a perpendicular from P to OA. Let P perpendicular on OA. Let this distance from A to E is equal to h. Let AE is equal to h. So from O to A is R. This much part is h. So from O to E will be R minus h. Therefore, OE is equal to OA minus A, that is equal to R minus h. Now, the body moving in a circular path. Since the body is moving in a circular path, so there must be a force, centripetal force, mv square by r, which we derived in the previous lessons, and it must be towards the center O. Now, if you look at here, this string from here to here has a tension. Tension in the string is actually both way, to this side and as well also to this side. But but since it is moving in a circular path, I have to take it towards the center. Then only T minus mg cos theta will be net force towards the center. If I take T to this side, then T and mg cos theta will be away from the center. But we need a force towards the center. So I take T towards the center, that is away from the mass. So at point P, T minus mg cos theta, which is towards the center O, provides this centripetal force mv square by r. So at point P, T minus mg cos theta provides the centripetal force mv square by r. This was derived in the previous lesson. Now mg cos theta I take to this side, so this becomes mg cos theta plus mv square by r, mg. Now how much is cos theta? If you look at in this triangle, in this right triangle OEP, cos of this angle is equal to this length divided by this length, that is r minus h, divided by this length is r. So is equal to OE by OP, m by r remains such. Here is your v square. So OE, I explained it is r minus h over r, m by r v square. Now look, now using v square minus u square is 2as. When the particle mass m has gone from this point to this point against gravity, it has traveled a vertical height h. It has traveled a vertical height h against gravity. So v square minus u square is equal to minus 2gh, because a is negative of g. So u square I take to this side, so v square is equal to u square minus 2gh. I will substitute this v square here. So your t becomes now look, now I bring this r out, so it becomes m by r. I take this g inside, so it becomes gr minus gh, and here m by r. I did it so because m by r here and m by r here can be taken common. So m by r taken common, I am left with gr minus gh plus u square minus 2gh. So your t becomes m by r u square plus gr minus gh minus 2gh is minus 3gh. This expression is the general expression for tension in the string. Now using this expression we will find tension at different points, that is at A, then at C and D, then also at B. Very simple. So now look at the point A. Now when the body is at point A, then H is 0, because as it is moving up from here, as it is moving up along the circular path, as it moves up, let me explain like this. As this body moves up, this H also moves, H also increases. So from going from here to here, H is this much. When it is at A, H is equal to 0. So for when the body is at A, H is equal to 0. So in this expression, in this general expression for T, I put H is equal to 0 to find out the tension at A. So in the general expression, I put H is equal to 0. So by putting H is equal to 0, this much part becomes 0. So I am left with this much part. That is, so tension at A is m over r u square plus gr. Now when the body is at C and D, whether the body is here or here, as it goes up along the circular path, when it is here, H is from here to here, from this point to this point, that is equal to R. Similarly, when it is here, H is also R. So for point C and D, H is equal to R. So in the general expression, tension at C at tension at equal to D, for H I put R. So m by r u square plus gr minus 3gr. So minus 3gr plus gr is minus 2gr. So this is the expression for the tension in the string when the body is when the mass m is at C or at D. Now when the body is at B, that is the highest point, when it is here, from this point, when it is here, your H is equal to, from this point to this point, that is equal to R plus R, 2R. So when it is at B, H is equal to 2R. And we know the expression, general expression for T. This is the general expression. So for H I put 2R. So this much part becomes 6gr. So tension at B, m by r u square plus gr minus 6gr. So this together gives you minus 5gr. So this is the expression for tension when the body is at the highest point. Now if you look at here, this is a subtraction, here there is a subtraction, here there is an addition. U square, same. Here is added, therefore TA is maximum. Here I have subtracted minus 5gr. Here I have subtracted minus 2gr. So a large part is subtracted as compared to this. So tension at B is equal to a minimum. So tension at B is equal to a minimum. Now let us find what is the minimum speed required to move in a vertical circle, and the difference of tension between the lowest point and the highest point. TA is the tension at the lowest point. TB is the tension at the highest point, tension in the string. So this was your value of TA and this was your value of TB. I subtracted. I take m by r common. I am left with u square plus gr minus u square plus 5gr. So this cancels. 5gr plus gr, 6gr, r cancels. So 6 times mg. So difference of tension between the lowest point and the highest point is equal to 6 times the weight mg of the body. Now how to find the minimum U at A? Now look, as the body is moving up, as the body is going like this, when it is at B, the string is straight, means there is some amount of tension which is not zero, means this string is not like this. It is straight. There is some tension. There is some tension. So tension at B is greater than equal to 0, means it has some value. So this was your expression for tension, m by r u square minus 5gr is greater than equal to 0. The m by r is multiplied here. I take it to the other side. It is divided. So 0 divided by this is equal to also 0. So this is greater than equal to 0. So u square minus 5gr is greater than equal to 0. This is subtracted on this side. I take it to the other side. It is added. So 0 plus 5gr is 5gr. So u square is this. So u is greater than equal to 5gr. Greater. There is no limit to that. It can be as much as possible. But at the minimum, therefore the minimum value is equal to u minimum is square root of 5gr. This is the minimum velocity required at the bottom, because u is the velocity at the bottom, that is at A. That is at A. So for a body to move in a vertical circle, the minimum velocity at the bottom must be equal to 5gr. Means more the value of r, u should be more to make it move in a vertical circle.